Hi, I'm here with a costume on, a crown, some big hands, bands, a shield, and a medal. And on my medal it says R. And the reason why I have R is for recycling, because this week is Earth Day, when we're really kind to the earth. Of course, we always should be kind, but on this day we're supposed to remember that we should always be kind. Now, recycling, or R, right? An R, it has a leg, a long leg or a body, a head, and a kicking leg, a happy leg. A long leg or body, a head, and a kicking leg, a happy leg. And this is the earth, made out of magazine pieces that I've cut up and then glued on a piece of cardboard with a string. You can do that too. So we're doing recycling and talking about a story, Mike will recycle. Um, and uh, the 3 R's we should remember: recycling, which is to use material perhaps in a different way, like I use cardboard to make my costume. And then there's reuse, where you could take like a plastic bottle or a glass bottle, and you can reuse that and put maybe a different liquid or more or flour or something in the bottle, but you're using it in the same way as a container. And then reduce, like to use less of something. So paper, when you color, you use both sides. Your teachers are probably always telling you to do that so you can save paper. You're reducing the use of paper. So I just want to remind you actually that there's recycling, and the recycling symbol, the arrows, to put plastic or paper in a recycling container, or a trash can for your regular trash like food. And you should always remember to do that. I'm going to read this story, Michael Recycle. And it's a large book, so I might have to read it and then show you the pictures. It's written by Ellie Bethel and illustrated by Alexandra Colombo. Michael Recycle. There once was a town called Iberdurimi, where garbage was left to grow rotten slimy. Ooh. It never smelled fresh, the air was all hazy, but the people did nothing. They got rather lazy. Then something happened that none could explain. It wasn't a bird, and it wasn't a plane. A green-caped crusader soared through the air with a colander hat on top of his hair. Colander. He bounced off the earth with a thump and a bump, and then landed head first in the town garbage dump. He brushed off his suit as he jumped to his feet and grinned at the townsfolk who he'd come to meet. I'm Michael Recycle, and I have a plan, but I need your help, everyone to a man. The sky and the river are smelly and brown. Soon 50-foot bugs will take over your town. You've got to recycle. You've got to act soon before all your trash reaches up to the moon. Ooh. Then crushing a can, he gave them a wink and vanished from sight before they could blink. And Miss Mooncotch exclaimed to her friend Mr. Crew, "Did you happen to hear what that boy said to do?" Clean up and recycle. How hard can it be? A green and clean town would be lovely to see. They recycled their paper, their plastic and cans, and even old junk they like used pots and pans. They also began the Big Greener campaign. They grew their own kumquats and saved up their rain. So proud was the town of their green transformation, they threw a great party, a grand celebration. They covered the town in green toilet paper, then rolled it back up to use again later. You may think that's yucky, but these folks don't agree. In Aberdourimy, recycling is key. When Michael came back to visit the town, he didn't despair, get angry, or frown. For everything looked so clean and brand new, the sky and the river were again a bright blue. Look at our town! It gleams and it glitters. Now nothing's wasted and nobody litters. You know what litter means? Litter means to throw your garbage on the ground. That's littering. Here's a picture. To Michael Recycle, the Green Cape Crusader, our super green hero, the planet's new savior. He saved the planet. Excuse me. I had a little cough. But Michael Recycle was nowhere around. He'd already moved on to help the next town. So if you should see a green silhouette streaking the skies, please don't get upset. The noises you hear, that clunk and that thunk, it's just our friend Michael recycling old junk. Now, this book, Michael Recycle, is actually, there are other stories about Michael Recycle, and I'm going to show you some. I'm not going to read them, but they might be good to have around um, just because they're fun. They all rhyme, and let me tell you what, let me show you that. Here's Michael Recycle and Bootleg Peg, and this is about keeping your oceans clean, but it all rhymes and it's fun, and it's got our character, Michael Recycle. I've got Michael Recycle and the Treetop Cop, and this one is about keeping your forest. Like some people go and they rip up or they cut down trees, and you need the trees for the earth to stay healthy. There's a whole root system with the trees and the shade and all that. And also, animals live in trees. So if you cut down all the trees, then where are the animals going to live? And then this one's called Michael Recycle meets Litterbug Doug. Like my hand, Litterbug Doug. And this, of course, is about littering. You know, putting garbage all over the streets and not picking it up, throwing it on the ground instead of putting it in the trash. Now, that's all I have today, but I have one challenge for you, and that is to look around your house and see if you have like old cardboard or plastic bottles or old pieces of paper, toilet paper rolls. See, I just cut the toilet paper roll, and then you can put it on your arm like this, and you have a band or a bracelet, and you can decorate it, color it. I didn't color any of my stuff except this, where I have pieces of magazines. These are pictures that I cut up in magazines, and I glued it down, and I used blue and green because that's what the earth is made up of, land and sea, mostly water, but there is land because we're living on land, right? And then I took a piece of aluminum and I glued that on. I reused the aluminum and I drew a big R again, R for recycling. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care of the earth and do your part. Bye until next time.